Believe it or not, your dishwasher gets dirty.
Now, you're not going to believe this, but this is true. If you store your candles in the freezer before lighting them, then when you do burn them, they won't drip as much. We also know how expensive coffee is. Now, a lot of people don't like to touch the lid, so there's several ways you can do it. You can use an old hairbrush, a comb, and comb it like this, see? Or just take one of these, and it's great to scrub your face. In fact, if you've had a sunburn and you're starting to peel, did you know that this will get rid of all the dead skin? Dead skin. Now, I'm not saying you have a dirty neck, and we do love all our animals, so don't keep them outside all the time. If you use a child's broom, you can sit on the edge of the tub, you can stand up if you want to. It's going to reach all the places that you need to. It even gets back around here where the tile is. Now, if you don't have a child's broom, you can use a toilet bowl brush. It scrubs real well, it reaches just as far, and does a super job. And the best part is you haven't even been on your hands or knees once.
Believe it or not, your dishwasher gets dirty.
Cigarette smoke and who knows what else. Now, also, it's like your skin, and you need to clean it. And I don't care if you have to use an entire roll of paper towels, and I want you to put all your body weight on it and get all the liquid up. I think it's interesting. It makes it more attractive. You go to the list and you know where it is. And if you have a tough stain, scrub it with a toilet bowl brush. It will make the car smell nice and fresh, and you won't have that stale, smoky smell. And go ahead and you're going to make the bed with you in it. Now, it looks silly, but it's going to work. Pull the sheet up, pull the blanket up, go ahead and pull the bedspread up, then fold this like that. You sneak out of bed. The bed's half made. You finish making your bed, and it didn't take you any time at all, and nobody sees what's underneath the covers anyway. I've got some hints for you today that'll make it easy on you when you're home alone. You don't have anybody to take care of you. One of the things I do is I keep an ice bucket by the bed, filled all the way to the top with ice, and I keep 2 or 3 fresh glasses, and then my pitcher with orange juice or apple juice or whatever. And then that way I don't have to jump up and run to the kitchen every time I want a glass of orange juice. Now, the other thing is to keep thermoses. These are wonderful. I keep 2 or 3 here. I keep one filled with hot soup, and the other one I keep filled with coffee, or I'm really a tea drinker, and I keep hot water in it. Then that way, when I want a fresh pot of tea, I don't have to get up. I just add the hot water to my teapot, and it's right there, and it makes it a lot easier on you. Everything's right here, and you don't have to keep running to the kitchen. Camping really is a lot of fun. And also, don't forget, if it rains, this is going to catch with water. So if it's an old umbrella, you can poke holes in it so that the water will drain out, and if not, take it down when it looks like it's going to thunder. Camping out and going on a picnic is a lot of fun.
Beauty may be in the eye of the beholder, but you don't have to spend a lot of money to look beautiful. You have things in your pantry that can do the job. One of my favorites, baking soda. This, along with salt or sugar, can be used to clean your face. What I do is take a little bit of mineral oil, or you can use vegetable oil. Sprinkle some salt, or put the sugar or baking soda in it, and you make a nice little paste that you clean your face with. It gets rid of all the dirt, gets rid of the dead skin. Then your skin is nice and soft, and you haven't spent a lot of money. Many people have walked into and through a sliding glass door because they thought it was open. Like I do. This is Tequila, and she's 12 years old. It's hard to give her a big pill, but she loves butter. So I take a little bit of butter, and I put it on my finger, and I let her lick it off first. Then I take the pill and roll it inside the butter and give it to her, and she swallows the whole thing without any hassles at all.
In our day and age, it's almost impossible to run an office without a computer, and keeping them clean and dust-free can be a constant battle. But here are some really easy hints to keep your screen and keyboard in tip-top shape. How many times have you cleaned your keyboard? I bet you haven't. First hint is, and you will be appalled, turn it upside down, and if you simply do this, you're going to be amazed if the dust comes out. One thing we do in our office is we use a clean old makeup brush. And if you want to turn it upside down and go across the keys like this. All right. The other thing is the computer itself, the screen and around gets really yucky and dirty. Well, you really should clean it occasionally. You can use rubbing alcohol on a soft cloth, and you want it just really slightly damp. Now what rubbing alcohol does is it helps remove ink from our clothes, so it will remove it from your computer screen. Don't use it on the screen directly here, but around like this. So I think these computer hints are going to make your life a little bit easier. And how often do you ever think about cleaning your telephone? Well, let me tell you, it can get pretty bad. Things like coffee, ballpoint ink, lipstick, pen, pencil. For both, it's rubbing alcohol. If you're taking it off a material, you want to put absorbent padding underneath where the stain is. Put rubbing alcohol, on a cloth, and then dab gently or rub very lightly at the stain, and it's all gone. If you have, by cheap liquid detergent, leave this much in, fill the rest with water so it's very thin. You set that by the sink. Then all they have to do is put a squirt in a coffee mug, rinse it out, and there are no excuses not to clean it. Now back to our yucko coffee carafe here. Put a little bit of the diluted liquid soap in there, add a couple globs of vinegar, which helps
Gets rid of the dead skin.
and you can swish it around. You put your house or car keys on top of your lunch, and guess what? You can't get out of the house without them. I hope you've enjoyed this collection of some of my favorite hints. Bye for now. Your dishwasher gets dirty.